You are welcome, my learners, to mathematics lesson. Our topic is business mathematics and our subtopic is quantities and costs. Remember we said under quantities and costs we are looking at measurements and conversions. Then those who started with us in the previous lesson, we said that here we don't have a formula to use to apply when we are solving these numbers. What we have to do, we have to know measurements converting from one into another, and also we have to read and understand. Reading and understanding is very important because reading is part of understanding. So you have to read a question and you understand what the question is saying, then you solve it step by step, slowly by slowly. Let us get started. But before you get started, those ones who have just joined us, please, I urge you to just go to Revision UG and get our previous lessons under business mathematics. Then the question we are having right now, it is saying 3 meters of barbed wire, I think you know barbed wire, costs 2,000 shillings, meaning that for every 3 meters you are selling them at 2,000 shillings. Then they are telling us to find the cost of 0.75 kilometers of barbed wire. So now when you look at this question, we are having money and we are having length. So we are having meters and kilometers. So what comes into our minds is that we have to create uniform units. So we are going to convert from a kilometer to a meter such that we have uniformity. So from our leading statement, 1 kilometer is equivalent to 1,000 meters. Then we are going to convert 0.75 kilometers. So 0.75 is also written is same as writing 75 out of 100. So we go back to senior mathematics. This is the decimal point will move. This is one time, second time, then to be 75 all over 100 kilometers. You will give us, now we are going to apply the inverted L. That will be 75 out of 100 times 1,000. Our units, they are going to be in meters. So this is 0 with this one, this with that. So we are remaining with 75 times 10. So we come up with 750 meters. Then we have converted and we have uniform units. Now they are meters and meters. Then back the question. So it is telling us that 3 meters of the barbed wire they cost 2,000. Then what's the cost of now? 750 meters. So leading statement now, it is from the question, 3 meters they cost 2,000 shillings. Then how about 750 meters? They are going to cost us inverted L 750 out of 3 times 2,000 units, that is shillings, money. So when we divide this one by 750 over 3 times 2,000, we are going to come up with 650,000. So we are coming up with 6,500,000 shillings. Now let us move on and look at another example. So let us look at our example 3. So this one is saying a butcher sells 5 kilograms. So remember, a butcher is a person who sells meat, so he's not called a butcher man, he's just a butcher. So a place of work is called the butchers. And then a butcher sells 5 kilograms of meat at 7,000 shillings. So remember, I've told you we read and we understand. So what we read is what we operate, or is what we work out, such that it gives us sense. So here 5 kilograms of meat at 7,000. Sorry, here we missed a 0. It has to be 7,000. Sorry. So a butcher sells 5 kilograms of meat at 7,000 shillings. So we write that one there and then. So 5 kilograms of meat they cost 7,000 shillings. Then what comes into your minds? We need to know how much does this butcher sell 1 kilogram of meat. Then let us get to know 1 kilogram of meat. This butcher is going to sell it at how much? Then that is inverted L. 1 out of 5 times 7,000. Then we are dealing with cash. So 1 out of 7, 1 out of 5 times 7,000, it is now going to give us 1,400 shillings. This means that 1 kilogram of meat costs 1,400 shillings. We have found that. Let us now continue. If the cost of meat is increased, we have now a new term here we have to deal with. If the cost of the meat is increased by 25%, so we have to recall our concept of percentage increase, meaning that now before increasing, the money was 1,400. Then they increased from 100% to 25%. So we need to know what will be the new price of that meat. So it was increased from 100 to 120. 5. Let us get now the percentage increase. So percentage increase. So I urge you to go and search and look for videos about percentage increase. That is Revision Uganda, just in case you did not see them. Now, how do we increase in percentages? So the previous percentage was at 100. It is this which is representing 1,400. Then it was increased by 25%. What is our new percentage increase? Then it is going to be 125%. Then we are now going to determine the new price. Let us get now the new price after the increase. The new price of what? Of 1 kilogram of meat. Therefore, we are going to write and say, before increasing, it was at 100%. This 100% was representing 1,400 what? Shillings. Then after increasing, it went to 125. So when now it is at 125%, how much money will this 1 kilogram cost? So inverted L, 125 out of 100 times 1400. Then our units, it's money. So 0 with a 0, 0 with a 0. Then 125 times 14, it is giving us 1,750 shillings, meaning that now the new price of 1 kilogram of meat now is bought at 1,750 shillings, because it was increased from 100 to 125, so 25% new increment. Now we have not answered the question yet, but we are soon answering it. Then the question says, determine how many kilograms of meat can be bought with the same amount of money at the increase. Determine how many kilograms of meat can be bought with the same amount of money at the increase. At the same amount of money, what is that amount of money? 7,000 shillings. Then by then we got 5 kilograms, because each kilogram was at 1,400. Then we want to know, if now it is at 1,750, how many kilograms are we going to get? Then we are now going to write and say, so we need to know how many kilograms can we get from 7,000 if 1 kilogram costs this. So we are going to write and say 1,750 shillings here give us 1 kilogram. Then if we have 7,000, so if we have 7,000 shillings, how many kilograms are we going to get? So it will be inverted L, 7,000 all over 1,750 times 1 kg. So what are we going to get? 0 with the 0. So 700 divided by 175, we come up with 4. So from 7,000, when 1 kilogram is sold at 1,750, we can get 4 kilograms of meat. Now let us look at another example. Let us look at our last example in under this chapter, under this subtopic of quantities and costs. But I urge those ones who have not seen all the previous lessons please to do so. Go and search, go and get them from Revision Uganda, or you can WhatsApp me on that number over there. Okay, let us now look at our last question in this subtopic. Then from this subtopic we are going to open up a new subtopic under still business mathematics, which is saying currency exchange. But again, I told you, as we are dealing with quantities and costs, you may find difficulties, but what I tell you is that please relax, read the question and you understand it, because reading is part of understanding. So read and understand. So you write down the information, you extract the information from the question, then it will show you what to do next. Okay, let us get started. So they are telling us that a man makes concrete blocks by mixing 1 bucket of cement with 11 buckets of sand. A man makes concrete blocks by mixing 1 bucket of cement with 11 buckets of sand. So here we are having a mixture of cement and sand. So we have cement and sand, but cement takes 1 bucket, then sand the 11 buckets, meaning that this mixture it is made up of 12 buckets, the total buckets this mixture requires. So we have finished that. Then we continue with the question. So from every 4 buckets of the mixture, it takes that from every 4 buckets of the mixture, from every 4 buckets out of these 12 buckets, what are they saying? The man makes, oh sorry, here we missed the 3. So a man makes 3 concrete blocks, meaning that 4 buckets, I'm going to abbreviate it as buck. So 4 buckets of the mixture, the man produces 3 blocks here. Then let us get to know. So this one means drives us or sends us or pushes us to find out how many blocks will this man get from a mixture of 12 buckets. If 4 buckets give this man 3 blocks, how about the 12 buckets? So 4 buckets produce 3 blocks. Then how about the 12 buckets? So we are going to get 12 inverted L over 4 times 3. So this one is a 3. So by 4 once, by 4, 3 times 3, we come up with 9 blocks. So this means that the 12 buckets of the real mixture, this man will produce or will get 9 blocks. Let us continue with our question. Remember, I told you you have to read and understand. So what you read is what you write down. It will push you to the next step. Then they are telling us that a cement costs 5,000 a bucket, and sand 200 shillings a bucket. So this one will push us to know to find out how much money will this man spend on 12 buckets that give him 9 blocks. So let us get started. Let us get the cost of the mixture of the 12 buckets. So let us start with the cement. So cement here, it takes 1 bucket. So 1 bucket of cement he uses, he pays or he buys it at 5,000. Then let us get the money for sand. So sand he uses 11 buckets. So but 1 buck of sand costs him 200 shillings. Then how about the 11 bucks or the buckets? So it will be 11 all over 1 times 200. So we come up with the 2,200 shillings. Then let us get the total cost. The total cost, it's not the total cost here as you're seeing the question, but the total cost of the mixture, the 12 buckets, which gives him 9 blocks. So it will be now 5,000 shillings, add on the 2,200 shillings for sand. So this is going to give us a total of 7,200 shillings. So now, as a good learner, now we are comparing. It means that 7,200 shillings, it's the cost of 12 buckets. But remember, 12 buckets produce 9 blocks. Let us now continue with the question. So find the cost of cement and sand required to make 4,800 blocks. find the cost of cement and sand required to make 4,800 blocks. Now we are comparing blocks and money. So but remember, we have already known that 9 blocks, they cost this man 7,200. Let us start from there as our leading statement. So now this one, 9 blocks here costs the man 7,200 what shillings. Then how many blocks are we looking at? So 4,000. How about 4,800 blocks here? So it will be now inverted L, 4,800 all over 9 times 7,200. So 4,800 all over 9 times 7,200, it gives us 38,400,000 shillings. Therefore 4,800 blocks costs the man 38,400,000 shillings. However, we can get another approach, but this has been the simplest approach to understand, to solve this number. So I urge you, all those ones who have chosen a Revision Uganda, I urge you to go down the video and do the assignment. You try out. So in the next lesson, we shall look at currency exchange.